Hello everybody, we have brand new information. Presto has released their official image for their upcoming Godzilla Minus One, and it's looking really awesome. Look at this pose. You know that Presto has always delivered good figures from legendary Godzilla all the way to Shin Godzilla and others like Godzilla Earth, and this is no exception. It looks phenomenal. I like the pose, look at the colors, everything is looking very true to what we saw with the CGI renders. It looks phenomenal. I gotta say, I like the teeth. It almost looks as if he's roaring and he has like saliva or just his gums. Everything looks very realistic, very nicely done. And of course, this is going to be Set A. Perhaps we're getting more figures or a confirmation that there's more to this Godzilla. As I previously mentioned in my videos, I have a feeling he could evolve or something could happen with him. If you're not familiar, Presto usually sets different letters, meaning that there's more figures coming, like Shin Godzilla got its Set A, B, and C, meaning different versions or different forms of each Godzilla, like his awakening form, his frozen form, and this looks really awesome. Of course, this is going to be sculpted none other by Yuji Sakai, very well known and very famous sculptor for Godzilla and other figures in general with the statues. He does sculpting for X Plus, he does it for S.H.MonsterArt, Presto. He's a legend when it comes to this. He always does this with his hands. He sculpts everything very beautifully. He puts a lot of dedication. It does appear like it's going to be 23 centimeters. Again, there's no release date at the moment or any type of price, but of course when that becomes available, I will update everybody via a post or I'll just make a video. I'm sure there's going to be more pictures, but so far this statue looks really on point, very realistic, and didn't disappoint to purchase the legendary Godzilla 2021 from Yuji Sakai Presto. Really impressive, and they go for a good price. Now we have a brand new render of Godzilla Minus One to get a better idea of all the details and his overall design. I know a lot of people don't like his massive feet, his small head, and some of the changes that happen to his body and colors. Overall, keep in mind this has been with multiple changes throughout the years. He has received them, and you really get an idea of how he changed compared to his earlier design, which is the one on top. Godzilla the right and Minus One would be at the bottom. You guys can see that the feet in fact got a massive, bigger, and they changed a little bit to look more dinosaur-like. He has scales to represent like chickens or roosters or some type of dinosaur type of era, you know. And of course the colors did change. He's a little bit more darker. He has a brand new texture around his body. Another difference you can spot is the tail has more dorsal plates. The dorsal plates are much bigger on this form, and of course the main dorsal plates have significantly changed overall. And I have a feeling, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the head sculpture has changed a little bit, and also his elbows seem to have some type of like spike coming out from his elbow specifically. It's popping more if you compare it to the Godzilla the Ride. I get the feeling that this is more of a sharper, spikier Godzilla with new texture, if that makes any sense, compared to the older version. Now, you have to keep in mind this specific design has been through multiple changes throughout the years or decades. Ever since 2007 or 2008, this has been inspired by multiple Godzillas. Like GMK is one of the most obvious for the bigger feet. Obviously, the legendary Godzilla 2000. I think it's very obvious the Heisei era has been one of the most bigger points on this design, and like I said, give it a chance. I know right now it looks weird, but similar to Shin Godzilla, a lot of us were on the defensive side. We didn't like it. We didn't think it was Godzilla at all. It looked nothing like Godzilla, but yet again it was inspired a lot by the classic Godzilla in Evangelion. when we all got to see the movie, most of us did love it. Most of us thought it was unique, badass. And until today, Shin Godzilla remains one of the most beloved Godzillas that we have, with the evolutions from red to purple to frozen, and very interesting indeed. Now keep in mind, this Godzilla has also been inspired by Shin Godzilla. Now it doesn't mean it's connected to Shin Godzilla or anything like that, but the director is inspired by what happened to Shin Godzilla, so we might see similarities, and I can already see a few of them. If you guys go to the previous video that I put comparing his combat style, he does have that Shin Godzilla type of movement with his tail always being up, moving a lot, very aggressive like the legendary version, but yet again different with his style. He seems to be very ruthless with Ghidorah, the way he grabs him, the way he just obliterates him, and towards the end just squishing his head. So yeah, I get the feeling that he is going to be very aggressive, and it's not confirmed. Take this with a grain of salt, but I heard by a leak, I don't remember his specific name anymore, but it was like about 3 days ago, supposedly this Godzilla is going to be targeting humans. You heard that right. This Godzilla is not gonna give a fuck, and you're actually probably gonna see the first Godzilla ever to actually kill humans, grab them and kill them like a dinosaur. Again, I'm not sure if this is true. Obviously Godzilla has always been known to kill because of his destruction, but we have never specifically, we have but not much, gotten scenes where you see Godzilla specifically targeting people, grabbing them, killing them, stuff like that, right? It's been in the classics, but not to a point that supposedly this leak says out to be, you know? And I'm not sure if I should believe it or not. They also mentioned it could be a rated R. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Godzilla has never been really a rated R, and if it does, I would be freaking impressed, because then it would mean that they are taking the series tone that they mentioned, how it's going to be very depressing, very dark, sad. You're going to feel for humans, you're going to feel for the environment, and Godzilla himself is going to be purely dark and evil, a representation of a nuclear warhead coming at you with destruction, not caring about anything. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about the figure and the updates. I'll catch you guys next time.